Sure got a roar up there. Yeah. Well, you're looking at my 3 rain barrels here on the north side, and that's 150 gallons of water from that inch of rain, and of course it could have filled up even more, but that's all I've got on this side, but it is a blessing. Well, first off, I'm going to let you look at the beginnings of my raised bed, if you will, container area gardening. Yes, I have a big garden over here, and I'll garden all the way around the property, including inside, and I've got my potatoes planted. I just planted my shallots. And so I will do quite well if everything works okay. Here's one of the pots that I have my cabbage in. Nice plant, nice looking. But I've already found a couple of holes, and if you got little holes in your cabbage, no question that you can find little bugs, and you'll see little worms. They're real hard to see when they're itty bitty, but you got to check them. Well, I'd say every other day, if not every day, if you see worm problems. And of course then the other option is either put some some kind of chemical on them, or do what I do. Now I started mine, I put it an inch of dirt in there and started the seed way down there. And as it grew up, I continually add more and more dirt. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Can you see that reasonably well? And for you regular subscribers that saw me plant a tomato plant January 2nd of this year, here it is. It's a little over a foot tall. We had to trim some back. A wind busted some of it off, but it's doing real good in this pot that we've got it next to our water tank here. It's doing real good, flowered out real heavy, so we should have a good crop off of it though. This is our cucumber patch. Just a nice little patch, about a dozen of them plants growing, and that'll give us all that we need out of it. And of course it's next again to another stock tank full of water, so we've got a good chance, if we can keep the hail from beating it up, to have a good crop this year. Now this is our cabbage patch over here. And then on the north side that'll be growing over into the open part of that area will be our acorn squash. It's kind of a hybrid type, a butternut type squash, as we do like those through the winter. It's hard to beat that kind of good eating. The cabbage is doing pretty good. We are starting to get a few bugs, so I will be spraying it with my gourd leaf tea and of course the hedge apple tea too. Here's the tater patch. We usually plant it in the same area every year. Some people get into a lot of trouble with bugs that way, but we do pretty good. Of course we use the gourd leaf tea and of course the hedge apple, dried hedge apple tea also, and different avenues, or you can use just simply chemical poisons to protect it, but we've been pretty lucky of not being able to need that type of thing. And of course, as all of my things, I like it real close to water. The closer to water, it's easier to watch, and closer to the house so that you can keep track of it. Putting your garden far away from the house is a big mistake as far as I'm concerned. Further away, the less you'll watch it, the more chance of damage from bugs or what have you. Here's some more of my rhubarb, looking pretty good. About, getting close to 3 feet tall. Next to my driveway here, I've got a couple of cabbages growing in just a great big pot. I've had different things in there, so we're trying cabbage in there this year. It's up high enough that I can easily watch for little holes and any bug trouble at the very beginning, and so we should have a good crop if all possible. And beside them, of course, I have tomatoes, and I have a rain barrel that I can siphon water over to, and another tomato. If you're going to be cleaning out your property lines and along the fence line so you can put in be it either flowers or whatever you're going to be planting there. You're going to be picking up a lot of dead branches and brush from last year. I'm here to tell you that's a great place for spiders to hide, including the black widow and the recluse spider. I want to keep you safe. Put some gloves on. You'd be amazed at the protection that will give you. Put some gloves on. And be careful. And if by chance you see a spider crawling on you, don't hit him. Don't slap him. He can still live long enough to bite you. Brush him off. And then you can kill him down there on the ground if you so desire. But don't hit him when he's still on you, or you may pay the price that you didn't want to or expect.